States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to thank everybody for coming out this evening and not stay home and enjoy the lovely weather that we're experiencing at the moment. I'll call this meeting to order. Our first order of business, public announcements. Summer concerts in the park are held each Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. from June through August. The Fairfield Farmers Market is open and is held on Wednesdays from 2 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. The market is located at the Fairfield Church of the Nazarene at 81 Main Street. Public hearings, we have none. Our third order of business is public comment.
Excuse me.
Members of the public may speak to the council on any item, reserve the right to speak on a specific item that is on a meeting agenda when the item is addressed. There is no one speaking this evening. Fourth order of business, reports from staff and committees, our town manager's report.
So the survey work is continuing for the solar project on the closed landfill. They're getting close for all of that. They'll be using a temporary construction access road that will actually go out around Maplewood Cemetery and be using that access for the backside. So they're continuing to survey that. Also, if you did not see, there was an article in the Morning Sentinel today regarding Augusta's grub problem in all of their parks. They're losing all of their grass. I wanted to let the council know that sometimes we don't necessarily talk about things that we do when we do them right. We don't sing our story very well. Well, back in May of last year, the council did approve a proactive approach for the town to use $8,000 from Perpetual Care for not only weed control, but also an additional grub control, which has helped us tremendously this year, and the grass looks really well. So that did cost us $8,000 for the year-long application process, but compared to the potential $100,000 that Augusta's possibly looking at spending, I think you guys made a very, very wise choice. So it was just something that it caught my attention. I want to make sure we were aware of. And then also a big part of the last couple of weeks has been working on and with the new television station with Crossroads-TV and Chad, the new director. Most all of the office furniture for the station has been purchased. It was purchased at the James D. Julia closed auction house. A lot of their office furniture they were also getting rid of, so we've got those at deep discounted prices. The office spaces and the server room space is currently being painted. We're working with 3 different vendors on bids for the equipment purchases. So far, the cost of the equipment is coming less than what was originally projected, so there's some money savings in there. Contact has been made with the towns of Winslow and Waterville regarding their meeting schedules and requests for broadcasting. Those sort of pieces we're looking at. We've been contacted by a few churches that continue to want us to either want us to continue to provide services for them or have requested new services. We actually have been requested some information for some churches that are actually in the Skowhegan area that would like to bring broadcasting down to this region, so that we're looking into. So the next few weeks will be concentrated on the equipment, settling into the office spaces, and a potential fee schedule. And also the tech committee has scheduled a meeting for later this month, so they're aware of where we are at and our progress, and they're very excited to sit down and start working again. And then also the information regarding retail marijuana, the information packet has been posted to MMA's website. It was posted just in the middle of last week, so we didn't have an opportunity to put anything together for this meeting, but staff is in the process of reviewing everything that they have, as well as some sample ordinances, our land use ordinance, so to hopefully have drafts for you by your next meeting. So we'll go from there. And there's nothing for the Economic Community Development Committee. They did not meet this month because it was right before the 4th.
Town clerk election report.
Yes. So for the June 12th local and primary election, as well as the referendum election, the number of registered voters, and that can change as edits are made to statewide voter registrations, but it last stood at 4,269 registered voters for the municipality. The number of voters that cast ballots, 980. So this brought us to a 22.95% turnout at this time with the current numbers. We received 95 requests for absentees, which was almost 10% of the voters that cast ballots. Of course, there were several that weren't returned in time, but 88 were actually accepted and cast, 95 requested. For the changes on election day, we received 63 requests for changes or new enrollments. So there are 25 new voters, unenrolled voters that went into a party, which was allowed. There were 35. And the changes to current voters, like address, name, that was 3 folks. The spoiled ballots, we typically have less than 5 per election. With ranked choice voting, there was a lot of confusion in 2 aspects. The ranked choice voting itself and how they followed through with the ballot. Mistakes were made because people were using their pen to count the lines where they were on the ballot, and that spoiled the ballot because the machines, the tabulators are very sensitive to pick that up as a mark. But the other piece was the question, the referendum question. That was by far the #1 complaint of the day, was how that question was worded, whether yes meant no, no meant yes. So we saw quite a bit of spoiled ballots, specifically related to the question itself. Frustrated folks, people with degrees that said this was not written well. Clerks statewide responded to the Secretary of State's office one question regarding that. So apart from the statistics, the official report isn't finalized because we're being held up. Actually, the ranked choice voting also bumped forward some statutorial deadlines for us. So we normally can open our incoming voter list within 5 days of the election. And then any of those voter reg changes we made, some of the notes are actually in the back of that list. And we look at those discrepancies with the deputy voter registrars working with the cards versus the list in the back. So we weren't able to do all of the updates before I went on vacation because then we were told we couldn't unseal the list within the state's requirements, the law. So that actually bumped some of the other statutorial requirements we had forward, and there was nothing we could do about it. I am working feverishly to get that caught up. And then as far as any other issues, we had no problems with the people taking polls at the closed polls. They were very compliant with our regulations, state regulations, as well as our own constraints. Wardens took care of any problems that we had during the day. I do want to give kudos to the staff. We have a phenomenal team. And this year, the chemistry was just out of the sky. We have a new deputy warden. It just went very, very well. It was like clockwork as far as the timing, the teamwork. We were able to put a seasoned staff member with every new person, and it really went very well. And I just would like to congratulate the staff. The personnel was just fabulous. Great job. Thank the voters for coming out. We appreciate the participation. It's a lot of work every election. We'd like to see the folks come out and take advantage of the opportunity to exercise their right to vote. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Hey, our 5th order of business, to waive the reading of and accept the minutes as printed or amended for meeting number 2018-11 held on June 27th, 2018.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Motion carries. Our 6th order of business is the treasurer's warrants. To approve the treasurer's warrants number 79 in the amount of $94,532.77, and warrant number 3 in the amount of $526,824.60 for a total of $621,357.37.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carried. Our 7th order of business, to take action on the following items of business. Item number 18-54, order that the town council hereby considers appropriating a sum certain from the Crawford Trust Fund to support Lawrence High School band and orchestra programs for the school year 2018-2019.
So moved.
Second.
Second. And did I forward that email to you?
No.
No.
I was just going to ask you that we didn't receive a budget from them, so we didn't know how much.
How much it was.
It
They
was
wanted.
amended and it was 33 something, and I
Do we-
thought I had forwarded that to you.
I did not receive it, so we can, you want to just table this to your next meeting?
We are going to have to at this point.
Yeah, we don't have a number, right?
Yes.
I move to table the
That's
motion.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Second.
All those in favor?
So,
It's tabled.
table. Okay,
We'll get that
next time.
next time. That's okay. It's not a big deal.
Item number 18-55, order that the town council hereby adopts and updates Town of Fairfield Town Council Administrative Policies, Addendum A, fee schedule to include land use solar array fees at 10 cents per square foot developed area.
So moved.
Second.
When we had discussed this previously, I had asked about conferring with the Growth Council about our investment partners in these ventures. Were you able to talk to them about that?
I wasn't able to actually connect with Garvin on this, but what we did do is we actually contacted the folks themselves. So we've spoken with NextEra Energy, the Barefoot folks. People are aware that this is coming, and they are fine with that. So they expected it, and in all actuality, quite frankly, 10 cents a square foot would be less than if they had used the pole barn approach at the 25 cents per square foot. So it actually is a positive impact for them. We did look into trying to find some additional fee structures in areas nearby us. They're not there. We did not have any success trying to get those pieces. So because these projects are moving quickly and we want to be prepared for them, because this is part of your fee schedule and not bound by any ordinance, public hearing, that sort of piece, our biggest goal was this appears to be extremely fair. Other folks believe that this was fair, and to go forward with this, and should something else develop, come forward, we can always bring it back to you again and have us take another look at it. But at this point, based upon our current structure, should someone apply for their building permit today, it would actually cost them more money than the way this is structured. So.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Carries. Seriously?
Compared to your last agenda, they seem to be, things seem to be scheduled such that
Very
they're.
short.
We have a big meeting and then a short meeting. The cycle that we're on doesn't seem to be very well staggered for you right now. We're working on fixing that.
Probably why they only used to have one meeting
We're working
instead
on
of
it.
two. They had one work session and one meeting.
Okay.
We go through fits.
All right, our 8th order of business, council workshop and other business. Number 1, discuss council meeting schedule for August. Chamber conflict?
Yeah, that's the taste of Waterville. The greater taste actually is not Waterville, the chamber and that. And I can understand that actually. Going back just a couple of years, I was one of the people that actually created and started the taste. Just back a few years
A
ago.
couple of years?
Yes, we
Yes.
did that, and it is it's quite an area gathering and get together, and it's something that kind of brings all towns in together, because I know Winslow, Oakland, Waterville, Fairfield, we all seem to mesh at that. You know, they have bands there, and they have that, and restaurants. I think there's even restaurants from Fairfield that participate there. Not not sure who the restaurants are today, but, you know, that type of thing, so.
So,
I don't care either way, cause I won't be in the middle of the fracas down there.
I won't either.
So I will leave that to the remainder of the council if, you so
Well,
choose
you
as
know,
to not.
It's one of those things where, I mean, we're on Wednesday, we can always move it to a Thursday, either that or move it up to like earlier in the day or something, but whatever.
That week is also the Main Town and City Managers event in Newry, so Cindy would be covering that meeting for me. If you do have it, so
Yeah.
typically that agenda would be relatively light for you anyway.
Yeah.
We will need to do a warrant regardless, so we will need signatures that week regardless of what you decide. So if we don't do a warrant at this meeting, we need to,
We always do that
we need to
anyways.
make sure that we have that taken care of. So, but that's just my 2 cents.
Well, I don't care about it as far as attending that in Warnerville, so that's, Mike says he don't either, right? Is that what you said?
I will not be attending that, but I mean, if there's others that want to attend that, I am not going to.
Well, I'm not either, but I'm not attending it, so.
I'm not gonna say we have to be here, and
I think a number of our residents may attend it as well, and we do, do want to encourage people to be able to watch and participate in their local government. So if we're giving them the choice of go to a fairly major local event or come here and hang out with us,
There's nobody hanging out here tonight either, so, you know, I mean, it's not like it's a,
There's nothing going on the 9th or Thursday, which is the following day, and we can always just move it up to Thursday.
It will conflict with some filming schedule pieces that we
yeah,
have though.
so it's,
Filming schedule pieces.
if there isn't that much and all we have to sign is a warrant, unless there's an emergency,
no?
I'm not going to.
Is it gonna be canceled or what? I'll take it out on my phone if it is.
I would move that we cancel it, subject to the call of the chair for an emergency.
Alright, so
So I'll
it's,
second that.
so it's out then, right?
We haven't
Yep.
voted yet.
Unless an emergency comes up,
So the next one will be the 29th, is that,
22nd.
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 Do we all agree it's 22nd?
Well,
Is it the
I don't have a
22nd?
calendar in front of me.
Oh, let me,
22nd's Wednesday, it's the,
there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Wednesdays in that
it's
month.
it's the fourth Wednesday of the month.
So it's the 22nd
the
then.
22nd.
It is.
Alright, so I'll put it in there. So we're only gonna have one meeting next month.
Several staff members attended, actually. If you guys had a meeting, it would be the first one I've ever missed since they started. And actually, I remember Chad goes as well. But there are a lot of residents that participate.
Well, you know, all you have to do is just call me if you need warrants signed, you know, I'll be here or be at the office or whatever, so.
And
I'm grateful
so,
for your consideration.
so all those in favor of just having the one meeting in August on the 22nd?
Alright,
Looks to be unanimous.
alright.
Okay.
So, it's the 22nd. And nothing else on that month, except for my oil burner, man. Alright. Works for me.
Let's see, continue. Before I continue on, is there a gentleman at the podium that wishes to speak, or no?
We thought there was gonna be some
No?
big
Okay.
magnificent
He
speech.
just stopped in to attend. He's
No, you
here.
were there, and I wanted to give you the opportunity if you had something of importance to share with the council.
Okay, thank you.
Just checking. Okay, well, other council business, Courtney.
I just wanted to say that ever since those sidewalk flashers have gone in, I've gotten a lot of happy comments from people.
Oh, yes.
I haven't used one yet because I haven't done anything but work in the past few weeks, but One day, I might.
They just make me happy driving down the road looking at them. I drive by and smile, so I like them.
Yeah, I like
I
that
have
too.
gotten a bunch of comments that people are very excited to
Yeah.
have those up there.
Well, a lot of people almost got run over on Western Avenue. I had heard that, so.
I almost got run over
Yeah.
on Western Avenue.
Well, they speed up a little bit when they see somebody walking across the street.
So we timed them today to see how long they flashed. We did it after lunch this afternoon, and they flashed for exactly 30 seconds. And we also watched somebody else go to cross the road, and they will not be the end-all cure-all because some people
No.
just still do
Just
not
ignore
stop,
it.
which is
Yeah.
what we watched and witnessed
Yeah.
while we were there. But we were concerned that they were flashing for too long, but it's only 30 seconds. So, and folks don't have to stop unless somebody's actually in the crosswalk. So,
In the crosswalk, in the lane, if the vehicle is coming.
yeah.
So if the vehicle's going the opposite direction, they're not required to stop until you approach that lane.
Right.
Right.
But
Absolutely. It's good.
we've been watching it in phenomenal results with it. I've crossed it 2 or 3 times now. Everybody stopped. For the
In,
most part.
in civilian clothes?
People who didn't know me stopped.
Did you have your cane with you?
Thank you.
CNI dog.
Beverly, anything this evening?
No.
John?
Well, yeah, just a quick synopsis of Monday. It was a long day. We didn't do a whole lot. Again, a lot of wasted time, unfortunately. But we did wind up overriding 24 vetoes, and we sustained 20 vetoes. There was several new bills in there and stuff that we did vote on. We will be going back as of right now to 23rd to do some things, but it does not appear that we will be finished. So it could be, right now, I think we've set a new state record of the longest session in the history of the state. And we're moving towards even elongating that.
So you're gonna cast this one in stone as the longest
Well,
session?
Yeah.
what you have to look
Yes,
forward to
it is.
after November when you get elected.
Good call.
Yes.
Admirable.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it's fun to spend 10, 12 hours a day there when you're only working about maybe at best 2 hours.
Thank you for that. Anything else?
No, that's all I got right now.
Aaron?
So, a couple of things. First, I wanted to address the viewing public on the issue of our new trash hauling program, which you may remember is the culmination of the end of our affiliation with the PERC facility. The town has saved over $100,000 by no longer paying subsidies for trash hauling and changing how solid waste is handled. However, we have also now begun receiving comments from people who are experiencing the changes in the program, and I'd just like to invite the public to continue to let us know this is a new thing, and if we can do it better, we'd certainly like to. So I'm inviting the public to weigh in on that now that the fiscal year has changed and we are fully under the new way of handling trash. And then the second thing I wanted to address just very quickly is I want to put out there that any rumor that I am leaving Fairfield is completely untrue. I am staying put. I am here for you, and I intend to be here for you for the foreseeable future. I just wanted to make sure that everyone heard it from me. That is the story.
Thank you. Thank you for setting us straight on that. Some people have.
Chair.
I'd like to add to Aaron's if I may.
You may.
Thank you.
So with the trash haulers, what a lot of folks aren't aware of is on our website, we can't endorse any particular company, but we do list all of the local haulers. And if you were to do some price searching, there are some incredible rates and package deals out there. As welfare director, I make that referral on a regular basis. So I would encourage folks that, in addition to giving feedback to the manager and council, info@fairfieldme.com, research your haulers. It might even be more cost efficient than the gas to get to a landfill facility. So there are other options to consider with the changes. would just encourage folks to take a look at our website. Thank you.
Thank you. And let's see, I have nothing I can think of at the moment. Think of it after the meeting's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next time.
Next time, yes. All right, the next regular meeting of the Fairfield Town Council will be on Wednesday, July 25th, 2018. And at this time, we will recess and sign all documents that require, do we have documents that require?
I have 2 warrants.
Oh, we do, excellent. So,
Gotta have them checks signed.
all right, well, then, motion to go into recess.
So moved.
Second.
We're in recess.